This board has a lot of planes. To show them, tools, polygon pools, restore 77 polygons. So it contains 70 polygons. Okay, these are planes, but okay, not occupy the whole layer. So if we click now here, we see we're in layer 4 and we have selected a polygon. We have, if we double click here, we saw there the menu. We can select the whole plane or a small plane. This means these two planes are overlapped in the same layer. So in this case, the small polygon which is on top has more preference, more priority than the lower polygon, okay, because it is on top. But to give priorities, we can go to design, no, tools, polygon pools, polygon manager, and then here we see each polygon that we have in the PCB, and here we have this pool order. So if we make a polygon on top of the other, it means it has more priority, and in case they are in the same layer, the upper one will be shown. We can move it here, move up, move down. And here we can see which polygon we are selecting. So in this case, if now this is the big one I showed before, and this is the small one, if now I move the small one down and update, so it is lower priority than the big one. Now I update the polygons. This will disappear, you see? Now we don't see the small polygon, even when it is still there somewhere. Okay, now it's even, yeah, it's there, but we don't see it because the bigger polygon has more priority. So we could just double click and okay, it's sometimes annoying if you want to root, you can disable the polygons with T G shelf 70 polygons, so they are now hidden and you can nicely root. We now restore all the polygons, but now this PCB has been updated and I want to remove some polygons which are not longer valid. So for example, we just do select it, then delete, then it's gone. And now I can update the polygon pools TGA, which is the same as doing tools, polygon pools, repull all, and now it has been updated and we don't see it anymore. So we could, to select a polygon, we have to be in the right layer. If we're in a different layer selected, then it will not be, we cannot do anything on it, not even select it. So here, for example, I can remove this one, but I can also modify the shape. of it. For example, just double click and dragging the border. So we can make it smaller. So in this case, we can see that this polygon belongs to net 12 volts in, which is not here anymore. So what happens if we update it? Update of the polygon. Okay, it's still there, but it is not connected to anything because there is no net which is called 12 volt in here. Okay, so we can select only this layer to make it more clear. We can press Shift S. If we press Shift S, then there are several times, then we can see that in one mode we select all the layers. We can see all the layers. Then press again, we see only this layer. And then another mode, we see even less. Okay, so like this, we can see clearly that this polygon is here, but there is no connection to any path. Here we see that this one is connected through here. This opens to the plane. Okay, and this is connected here to the plane. So we can remove this plane with the with the delete button keyboard. Then TGA to upgrade all planes. So something we could do is to change the assignment of this net. In this case, this big plane is connected to G and D. So we see here it's connected to G and D through these openings. But we could connect it also, if we select it in this properties panel, we could connect it also to Earth. And now let's update to see what happens. ESC TGH A. Now it's connected to Earth instead of ground. Okay. So to create a new plane, we can go to a layer. Let's see if there is a layer. No, all the layers are covered, but we could create a plane just doing tools, polygon pools, doing place, polygon pool, and then we do it here, for example. Well, sometimes, so it's difficult to make a polygon straight. So we can press the G key, and then we can change the grid to, for example, 1 millimeter, which is quite big. Now I press S and I redraw it. So now it can be nicely traced just by selecting a bigger grid. Okay, I can do easily a square polygon, and we have to double click at the end to finish it, and then ESC. Okay. Now this polygon has no net assigned. So and no name. Okay, I will put here new as a name, new poly, and then I will assign it to the net plus 12 volts in. Okay, so we can update the polygons, tools, polygon purs, repur all, and we see here what is left from our polygon. This is due to the preference in the polygons, as we saw before. We saw here that I put a name and it was removed. Just put it again. This is because, press enter. And there is a question here, changes pending apply. If we don't apply, then the name will not be updated. I think this happens with some parameters. Okay. So if now I go to tools, polygon purs, no, it was design layer, no, manage. Tools, go to tools, polygon purs, polygon pur manager again, and we find the new polygon, which has the lowest priority in the list. So if we just should move it over the big polygon in the bottom layer, but okay, I don't know. Well, we can check which one it is. This is GND big plane bot. So we just move this until, move up until here. It's on top of GND big plane bot, but I see that there are more. So let's see if there are more with the same name. Let's see. So probably now it should be okay. We update again TGA, and we see that the small polygon now it's priority over the big one. We can also here select some options in the polygon. This means, for example, if I have now I press PT to create a trace. Here's the trace. Just I will connect these two paths. If I now update again the polygon TGA, then you see that even when it is the same net, they are both assigned to the same net, the polygon and the trace, 12 volt in, the polygon is not covering the net. But if I put here, it was before selected pur over same net polygons only, and now I select pur over all same net objects and apply. Don't forget to apply. Then I upgrade again TGA, and now I see that it's covering the trace with the same net. If we have a net with a different net, PT, for example, here I have trace, ground trace, and I update again TGA, then we see that of course it's a different net, so it doesn't cover the net. Otherwise it would make a shortcut.